Not many people have the opportunity to walk the highways and observe it close hand. Most of us tend to be speeding by in cars, and it is no more than an unpleasant blur at most. But when you do get out and view it from close up, it becomes as nauseating as it really is.
The desert has been Geoffrey Platts' home for 20 years now, the place he's loved and will defend to any layman or lawmaker who will listen to his pleas for preservation.
We're concerned, as far as I'm concerned, the people who would be motivated to pick the containers up for the nickel deposit value are really already motivated for the current market price or the penny recycling fee. People are picking up the containers, despite the example that you found in the desert. Containers average about 15% of total litter, and we're getting back 2/3 of the beverage cans and over half of all the containers right now through voluntary recycling.
I find those facts very hard to believe. I will be the first to admit that recycling in a small way has helped out. It is not a particularly strong incentive at 1 cent a can to go out, particularly in the summertime, I can tell you that, and pick up cans. We pay 7 cents for the dubious privilege of being able to throw that out into the garbage can or onto the highway. If we are conscientious enough to recycle it, we can get a maximum of 1 cent. That's if we're conscientious enough. And it really seems to me quite extraordinary that people are not aware of the fact that indeed there is a hidden cost in their purchase of a throwaway, that it isn't there for nothing. One of the main disputes in this issue of the bottle bill is the amount of bottles and cans that are found on the roadside and in the deserts. The mighty opponents of the bottle bill claim that only 15 to 20% of the garbage on the roadside is bottles and cans. Well, that may be so if it is taken on a piece count. That is to say, if you count every single cigarette butt and each flip top, and if every gum wrapper is included in that count, then indeed it might only be 15%. However, if you count by volume and place all these cans and bottles together against the amount of trash that is found all in all, you will see a great difference, and I think today will prove that point. This would be considered one item in a piece count. And so with this, and this figure that the beverage industry or the campaign for forced deposits uses quite a lot, is rather misleading, because they don't stop to tell us that, in fact, this is a piece count. They merely say that cans and bottles only cause 15–20% of the problem. Let's see, we're coming to about 75 yards now, I'd say. This is be careful with that one. Broken glass certainly can be a hazard. This one goes in my sack because it's part of the beverage industry packaging here. That's mine too, jolly old Budweiser. I'm quite sure that if we were getting 5 cents a can as a deposit, there'd be many, many people out there, and that I wouldn't have my work cut out for me like I do. Well, Jan, these are the not-so-sweet fruits of our labors.
You did all the work, though.
Collected over a, what was it, about 100-yard stretch. We did this specifically to try and disprove the beverage industry figure of only 15 to 20% being cans and bottles on the side of the road. So what we have is, so the camera can get a clearer view of it, is a volume count rather than a piece count. And it's the piece count that the beverage industry always uses as a percentage figure, which is so misleading. They say that it is discriminating against cans and bottles to require them to be returnable when they are not the focus of the garbage problem. And I think that in this instance, we're absolutely sure we have a bona fide example of how the beverage cans and bottles will account for, I would say, 75%. We did it along one side of the road, and I think that, well, a picture says 1,000 words, isn't it?
After walking along the road, we went deeper into the desert.
This is absolutely disgusting. I've seen the like of it before, but it never fails to amaze me how people can desecrate a place of beauty. Cans and bottles and beer containers stretched and stuffed under every bush. It's completely horrifying. It's almost as if people are prepared to wallow in their own filth and enjoy every minute of it. Absolutely sickened by it. There's a Pepsi. I suppose people will never finally wake up until the trash is buried knee-deep in their own driveways, and then perhaps they'll take some notice of it and take action against it. Just saddens me beyond words.
The Arizona bottle bill will be an important issue for us to decide on. It'll be on the November 2nd ballot, and the deadline for registering to vote is September 13th. Remember, it's a citizens' initiative, and whatever happens in November is a direct result of our vote. Don't go away. Under the Sun, we'll be right back.